2006, I realized that there was a problem in my community, a challenge. And the challenge was that children don't read for pleasure. And this happened because I changed scenarios. You know, when you live in another country and come back, you see things that you didn't notice before, both good and bad. And that's when I noticed that children don't read for fun. Although reading for fun is very, very important, not just for the child's imagination, doing better at school, increasing their vocabulary, but it also teaches them empathy, learning about other cultures, and gaining the courage and the confidence to become change makers in their own right as children because they're drawing upon the heroes they read about. So reading for fun is very, very important. So I started because I'm a scientist. I was curious. I wanted to know, since reading is so important, how come these children don't read for fun? Why don't they fall in love with reading? And I did some observations and looked at the literature and did some research, and I found out that the reason they don't read for fun is because nobody read aloud to them. Their parents don't have the habit of reading aloud to their children when they're very young, even as young as when the mother's pregnant. So I found the solution. And the way to plant the love of reading is by reading aloud to your children. And at that point I thought, so what do I do? Do I go around and knock everybody's door and tell them you have to read to your kids? That's not practical. Do I tell the government to pass a law? That's not practical either. And this feeling of responsibility urged me to say, you know, I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world. Or like Prophet Muhammad says, you are the guardian. Everyone has a responsibility towards their community. So I talked to my husband and children, and it became a family project. And we started looking around, where can we find a place that's public and accessible to children, where they can come and I can read aloud to them in my own neighborhood. And that's when we looked around us and found in every neighborhood in Jordan there's a mosque. It's empty half the time, there's a carpet, there's a bathroom, let's use it. And so we started in 2006, I started reading aloud in the mosque for the children of my neighborhood. And of course the children fell in love with reading, they take the books back home, they became the champions of reading within their own households, and the impact on themselves was amazing in what they do in school, in their confidence, and their behavior, and their empathy. So we succeeded. And I stayed doing this in my neighborhood for 3 years, kind of tinkering with it, until I reduced it to the basic empirical formula where it works with the least input. So it's very, very efficient. And in a way, for those 3 years, it was like I was doing human-centered design unconsciously, you know, trying different ways, reiterating, failing, and then coming back. And to me, that's also the scientific method. It's about you try something, it doesn't work, you try something else, and so on.